Beat Carnival.
All right, about time.
Yeah. So, welcome to another episode of Tales from the Parade Route. Tonight, we don't have a guest. We're just coming to tell y'all a little bit about what tonight is. I mean, tonight is technically 12th night. For those of y'all that don't know, 12th night is the 12th night of Christmas.
End of Christmas, yeah.
And officially on January 6th, the carnival season begins. And there's a lot of traditions surrounding January 6th that we uphold here in New Orleans. For starters, it's, I guess, the first legal day that local bakeries will sell king cakes.
It's the first time I'll have one.
Yeah.
I behaved myself.
And tonight, actually, at the King Cake Hub,
Yeah.
they're doing the king cake testing or the
first slice. So
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it, but yeah, it's like a midnight. They slice the first king cake and hand it out. And get the Lucha crew performing and
and I know they've got like some drag performers that are.
I'm not sure if they're doing that
competing.
this year. They were there last year.
I think they're doing that again this year.
Okay.
Yeah. But from
it's a good old time.
Yeah. Let's see. Additionally, tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow's a full day. Beginning at 10 o'clock. I know the mayor does her king cake party at Mardi Gras World, and they usually have representatives from several of the crews there that will come up and give a toast, and she'll make a toast to the city and whatnot. Also at 10 o'clock, I saw online that there's something like 15 different Mardi Gras authors that are going to be at Barnes & Noble doing, I guess, book signings and book releases and whatnot.
Get everybody in the mood,
And, no pun intended, but one of those authors is
Arthur.
Arthur, the great Arthur Hardy, who always puts out his annual Mardi Gras guide, which is, literally.
Is he still doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Until 2026 or something like that, he's going to be leading it still, and then.
I knew he was going to maintain control and all that stuff, but I wasn't sure if he was actually.
Yeah, during the off season, he sold it to, I guess, the Times-Picayune ultimately.
The other one, whatever that one is.
Yeah. The Advocate.
Advocate, yeah.
But yeah, he still has a very active role in it for the next several years.
Well, honestly, I'm glad that he's going to be able to start enjoying Mardi Gras. He's been, telling the story. I've been working it so hard for so many years that it's time he enjoys it.
I remember years ago going to pick up takeout Chinese food, and I was on Carrollton, and the way you parked in this spot was just turning right off of the street into a parking spot. So it was kind of hard to see whether you had clearance to get out. Well, I get in my car, and I looked behind me, and there's a gentleman who's waving me back. And I look in the mirror, and I realize it's Arthur Hardy. Apparently, he was delivering magazines.
Yeah, he delivered them himself.
Yeah, he was delivering them to one of the, I think Angelo Mercados or one of those places. But yeah, cheers, Mr. Hardy. You've been an inspiration, shall we say, for us for years. Let's see. I know that morning also there's the crew of Confetti
in Algiers.
And I know the crew of Dolly's going to be participating in that one. It's a children's march.
Yeah.
Looked like it was a 6 or 7 block march.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I don't know if how many years have been going. I know nothing about that parade, but
Yeah.
any activity to get Mardi Gras kicking is fine by me.
Right.
And the dollies are great. I don't who else is in it. Do you know?
No, I don't.
Mm.
I happened to see it mentioned by the Dollies this morning, so it'll be interesting to see what that parade's all about. Um, let's see. I would almost say most importantly, at 3 o'clock in Mandeville is our sweet friends, the Mandy Milkshakers, are doing their annual King's Day walking parade and festival where they'll have. I know they've got king cake tasting and
Couple bands
they've got
playing
a
and
band playing. Uh, there's something like 20 different dance teams that are participating in their march.
yeah. I mean, the last time we did it, there might have been 4 or 5, but yeah, there's a lot. It's grown.
Yeah. So come out and see us. It goes down the lakefront from the Lakeview, the Lakefront Harbor to Girard Street and goes up Girard to the trailhead, and that's where the festival is going to take place. Parade's supposed to start promptly at 3. We are actually honored to be grand marshals in the parade.
Yeah.
So we will be kind of in the middle of the parade, but I mean,
We'll be there, but yeah,
yeah,
it's great to be with milkshakers and those groups. I heard Sync is going to be in it. There was a couple of them that we know,
yeah,
so it ought to be fun. In real, I love what the North Shore has done with that first weekend of Mardi Gras, and this is kind of a kickoff to it. And I know a lot of the Titans people and Slidell and
yeah,
Mayor and all that will be in, so it's kind of a whole North Shore kickoff
yeah,
party.
yeah. So come out and see us and have a good time with us. While we're on the North Shore, we'll mention at 6 o'clock in downtown Covington is the annual march of the Fools of Misrule.
Yeah.
They do it's a several block march through downtown Covington, and they stop at several of the watering holes and do toasts at all the different spots there.
It's an eclectic bunch to say the least.
Yeah, and I mean they've got
Yeah.
real pretty costumes
Yeah.
too. It's not just a drunk fest. You know what I mean?
I mean, okay. With good costumes. But yeah, I heard some Indians are joining them this year.
Yeah, I saw that they've got a couple Mardi Gras Indians that are supposed to be
but
coming.
it's a cool setting where they are, and it really fits what they do right there. And I don't know, I've always enjoyed it. I kind of hate that it's in the middle of everything because I just can't make it this year. But it's a cool spot.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, back down here, there's so at 7 o'clock is Funny 40 Fellows, which is a streetcar parade. It's a one streetcar packed with Mardi Gras revelers, and they go down the streetcar route, from the streetcar barn in Carrollton on Oak Street, I think is the actual street it's on. And they ride the streetcar and they throw to happy spectators.
So actually, before they ride at about 6 o'clock, King and Queen of Carrollton and a group of members will be doing a toast with them before they go back to the den.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, there's a lot of crews that do traditions surrounding.
There's a lot of them that are there.
Yeah, that Funny 40 Fellows.
Yeah, you stand at the
streetcar
barn.
meet.
That barn will have 20 different little groups around it, and some of them you're like, who are you guys?
Right.
But it's a great little get together, and it's everybody's just itching to go off, but it's a good time, you meet all kinds of people there. Everybody's having a good old time, and Yeah, I've enjoyed it the last few years when we've made it down there.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of crews that hold traditions where that's like where they'll release their theme for the year. You know, the Dames de Perlage does
Yeah.
that. You know, I know that uh, the baby dolls are usually there, and they've got special traditions related to the streetcar barn. The Lazy Boys in several years past, you know, we'll see them over there, and they toast the streetcar barn, you know,
Yeah.
the Funny 40 Fellows, and then they go across the street to the bar, and they basically do a drink off to name their royalty, shall we say, for that year. um, let's see.
Yeah, they ain't right. They ain't right.
Yeah. Following the Funny 40 Fellows is the Funky Uptown crew. And they've got Manny Fresh, DJ Manny Fresh from, you know, the Juvenile and whatnot days. He rides with them every year, and they're known for throwing, they've got poker chips that are decorated to look like records, and also grab ours there. They also decorate records, you know, big records.
I dropped it.
Years past,
That's pretty cool.
you know, we've caught various records from them, and I mean, they're all beautifully decorated, and it's, you know, a throw to cherish for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, any handmade thing is great, but getting one the first day of Carnival, that's even better, you know?
Yeah. Let's see. I know out here in Metairie, the crew Zeus. I think
their
that
annual march, Meadow Road. I'm not sure where they start. It's more or less a bar hop.
yeah, yeah. I saw that they said that they're hitting local watering holes of their area, and I mean, I'd have to imagine that Gennaro's is on that list.
Yeah,
You know,
Gennaro's there. I know they go to that Blue Ruin is where I ran into them last time. I think they go to Folco's.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm sure that if you follow their Facebook page, you'll see updates as to where they are.
You'll see Jimmy go live a bunch of times.
Yeah, right. You know. Let's see. At 6 tomorrow is the Society des Champs Élysées, their annual streetcar ride. Instead of riding on the Uptown route, their traditional route is the Marigny Bywater streetcar route.
Seems like it's still under construction, but they're pulling something off, or have a wagon or something they're gonna.
No, what it is they got a like one of these party buses that's decorated to look like a streetcar.
Oh, okay.
And they're gonna ride their route, and
That's showing them.
And then they're gonna stop at Robert's and do their annual march through the Robert's Fresh Market down there, and then go over to what was it the not the Saturn there.
Yeah, the Saturn where we met.
Right across the street.
Freedom
Yeah. They go over there and they have their ball, shall we say?
Yeah.
You know, so
one day they're gonna get a streetcar back.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, and they're a great group. You know, I mean, if you watched our interview with them that we did, you know, a little while back, you saw how active they are in the community with, you know, helping feed the hungry and.
Yeah, for such a small crew, they do a ton. It's kind of amazing what they pull off.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, at 7 o'clock is the Jeanne d'Arc parade. So besides being 12th night, it is also Joan of Arc's birthday. And we have a crew here that marches through the French Quarter, and they've become quite a big
that's a large parade at this point, and they, like they were explaining to us, they really tell a chronological order of her life and tell the whole story of her,
Yeah.
the whole story. So, but yeah, it's a procession rather than a parade.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's a cool to do. They've gotten large.
Yeah.
There's good crowds out there for it. So that one's a can't miss if you're not already doing 20 other things. But,
Right. See, I know that they throw. They've got wooden nickels. They've got
matchbooks,
some doubloons. They've got
little-
matchbooks. They have cheese
tray.
knives that they were showing us on our interview. They have a lot of different hand decorated throws. That their members are making throughout the year, and they do prayer cards as well, with a different representation of Joan during her life.
Yeah, and I think somebody does a poem on the back. I'm not sure. It's not
Yeah.
a prayer card. I think it's like a poem, right?
Yeah. And then also, I'm not quite sure where they hold their celebration at this point, but the 12th Night Revelers, they're the second oldest,
Yeah,
Uh,
since 1870.
Mardi Gras organization, and they do an annual king cake party, and they brought us the tradition of, that each piece of king cake has a bean in it. Most of them being silver, but one of them is gold, and the lady who receives the golden bean is queen. That's a tradition that, we talked about it way back ago when we were in elementary school. That was how our ball picked its royalty, was with a bean. So, cheers to the 12th Night Revelers. That's amazing that they're still going after all these years,
It's, like you say, the second oldest carnival organization in New Orleans. It's been continuously running since 1870. So
Yeah.
it's a small, kind of very secretive group, but they put on, a very traditional role, and
Yeah. For sure. Let's see. We'd also mentioned, there's lots of crews that, not just at the streetcar barn, but I guess on January 6th specifically, they've got, traditions and special reveals. I believe that Iris is one of them that will reveal their theme tomorrow. I know there's several other crews that do reveals of themes, royalty, special throw that they might be throwing. So, I hope that if you're here in New Orleans, that you get out there.
We didn't mention we mentioned Carrollton going to the station with the toast.
Oh, yeah.
But we also do a march from their barn, which will basically follow the same route as the Funny 40 Fellows on Carrollton, and then end at Cuda Brown. So we'll have throws and all that stuff on there. So if you do go see Funny 40 Fellows, I recommend going early, go to the barn, and then stay along that route, because you'll actually see 3 parades that day.
Right.
Small as they may be, but hey, we're just getting started.
Yeah. So get out there and celebrate. Happy Carnival. We'll see you on the route. If you like us, you can support us. You go to our website, you can purchase our shirts and
These
couple other
things.
Goodies that we have out there. And be sure to follow us online as well. The links are all over here. And while you're at it, be sure to click that subscribe button down there and the little bell to stay in touch on when we put out new content. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the route.